A special senior day on tap for the East Carolina Pirates. One win away from a regular season title, honoring their senior class pregame. As we wrap up this doubleheader in Greenville, number 13 East Carolina and Rice. Both programs plenty to play for on a special Friday night here in Greenville. Welcome into the press box with the coach Mike Mullis. I'm EvanBudrovich. Mike, a lot to play for postseason-wise, but how about these senior classes and what they've done at East Carolina and Rice?
No, incredible. And, but 13 folks recognized, or 13 groups, including the managers and fifth years for East Carolina. Incredible. But, yeah, a tremendous amount on the line tonight. We saw a grinder of a game in the first game of today's doubleheader, and be interested to see what tonight holds.
ECU wins the regular season with a win tonight. Rice needs a win to keep their hopes alive. And if for the Rice Owls, Pierce Gallo, great numbers coming in. He's had a slow series so far, but what must Gallo and this offense do to find their rhythm today?
Well, and it's funny, it's almost unfair to say slow because he's banged it around reasonably well against, you start with Trey Savage. He has a couple knocks, struggled a little bit today, but then has the home run late. It's just the fact that he has set such a high bar of late, being a really good hitter for this Rice Owl lineup.
Gallo putting together an all-AAC type of year at second base. He'll hit the 5 spot today for Coach Jose Cruz Jr. Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, an elite weekend. 9 RBI. He's been hitting home runs all weekend long. What a start for the Pirate right fielder.
Yeah, a guy that has not had any glimpse of a slow weekend. He has banged the ball all over the park. We've seen a lot of juice to the opposite field with a handful of home runs. And, yeah, JC's got it going right now.
Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, now the RBI leader in the AAC. Couple more home runs today, including that walk-off bomb to win Game 1 of this doubleheader. Something tells me you can pencil him in for Player of the Week in the American Athletic in this final week of the regular season. How about this? Do or die. He's chugging water between games. And we got postseason implications aplenty here in the American Athletic. We'll take a quick timeout and get you set for the pitching matchup. Number 13, East Carolina on the verge of 40 wins. Rice playing for their tournament lives. Beautiful night here in Greenville, and a lot on the line for the number 13 team in the country. It's senior night, championship in the balance for number 13 East Carolina. They're looking to add the broom to that sweep pole. And here they are, gearing you up for the 36th all-time meeting between Rice and East Carolina. Aaron Groller gets the ball for the Pirates, his second outing of the weekend. The grad senior from Seton Hall, who's been a starter in his previous program. Now a reliever for the most part. Makes his third start today. Coming off 15 pitches yesterday. What do the Pirates want to see from Aaron tonight?
You know what? It's a redundant message, but strike one, right? Get ahead of hitters. We only saw him come in to face a very few guys yesterday, so not enough to affect his efficiency or effectiveness today. But get ahead of hitters, soft contact when he's good, features the breaking ball, nothing overpowering with the fastball. He's got to pound the zone.
An East Carolina team that's on the verge of yet another sweep of an AAC opponent, facing a Rice offense that needs a win to keep its postseason hopes alive. This is presented by Grady White Boats. Growler will face a very traditional order, but a couple of changes. Trey Duffield will start in left field tonight. And Max Johnson gets the start at third. Grady White Boats presenting that sponsor. Big fan of Grady White Boats. Thank them all year for the presenting sponsorship of East Carolina broadcasts here on ESPN+. With Mike Mullis, I'm Evan Budrovich, and away we go in the final game of the regular season for these two programs. Jose Cruz Jr., the Rice alum in year 3, leading this program. And those do-or-die games, it is unique as a coach. Some people talk about it, some don't. We noted with Coach Cruz this week in our phone call, he understood the severity of this week and knew his team needed a win or a South Florida loss to move on. South Florida currently dominating its game, up 7-1. They'll play tomorrow as well. So now it's in the hands of Rice to get a win. As Kite McDonald shoots one in the right field corner, and enough room for a turning Jacob Jenkins-Cowart.
Nice job by JC. Shags that down, has to readjust his footwork, and hauls that in for the first out of the game. You know, a little concerned there. Jimmy Paylor, the home plate umpire, if he's not going to give that low strike to Growler, it could be a tough night for him. Not a guy that obviously is going to be effective up in the zone, so we'll pay attention to that and see how that strike zone works out. 2 errors earlier today for the Pirate defense you just saw a moment ago. One change of note, Luke Nowak in left field for Bristol Carter, and Riley Johnson returns to center field. He left with an apparent injury earlier in this doubleheader. Now Ben Dukes watches a pitch slip away. He is not only an emotional leader, but a neat story, playing what could be his final game in college baseball. You know, that's the one thing when you get to this point of the year, and whether you're playing to get into the tournament or playing the last game of the tournament, the finality of it is heavy. You know, it's one of those things that you're right. Ben Dukes, who loves the game so much and has done everything he can to be in this lineup, does not want this to end.
Including a 1-out base hit. 46th knock of the year. That's a team best for Ben Dukes. This guy just hits and gets on. He plays old school, finds a way to make it happen.
He's certainly a guy that knows his game, and he just plays his game. You'll see it here. Just kind of roll it through. If it gets through, it gets through. If you hit it to the second baseman, and so be it. But that's the game he plays. We saw him flip one to left in his last at-bat of the last game.
So Dukes with a 4-hit weekend, playing in his 87th career game. Now it's Trayton Rank as he looks to bunt, but misses. This Rice program, much like East Carolina, very good at laying down the small ball. 28 sack bunts this year for Rice.
You know, you see the effort there. It didn't like a true sack. I think Cruz's thought process is to be a little bit more aggressive with that sack to try to maybe generate that into a base hit, worst case scenario sack bunt.
How when that hits the umpire and then a late throw leads to a stolen base. But unfortunately, Jimmy Paylor took the worst of that.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to have happen this early in the game. Look, it looks like it got him on the bounce and just below probably where that protective vest ends. It's under his shirt. It's kind of a weird deal. It was almost like the reaction of the players was almost like a foul ball or something. Everybody kind of stood still until Dukes realized that ball's hot and stole second or took second.
On the wild pitch there. Remember, Growler threw 15 pitches yesterday as part of an 8-2 Pirate victory. Earlier game today, 15-5 in a run rule 8-inning finish. Now the 2-1. A Rice program that has yet to lead in this series. Last time they were here in Greenville, 2013, and that Rice Club made a super regional run, losing eventually to NC State in the Supers.
Groller's a guy that's no stranger to working back-to-back days, so you should expect him to be, okay with that from a durability standpoint and even an effectiveness standpoint. But, I think the goal for them is if they can get, again, one time through the lineup and then, see where it goes from there. We haven't seen Danny Beal yet, is who we would think, he's kind of been the lone relief guy, been the workhorse out of the bullpen for East Carolina. Hadn't seen him this weekend, so you would think if Groller could get him into the third and maybe turn it over to Bill, then figure it out on the back end, maybe the pitching plan here.
Beal, one of 11 senior players honored today pregame. A couple of managers mixed in as well. And Beal in the last 3 weeks has become a super utility on 4 or 5 inning outings.
Yeah, we saw him 3 times last weekend, and that's an old school type mentality.
Runner at second and Ben Dukes. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit to third. That's through. Base hit. Dukes held at third. And that throw cut off coming in from Luke Nowak. Well, here's Rice with a rare opportunity to strike first.
Yeah, you see that ball just kind of sneaks through the 5.5 hole. Both guys laying out and effort to keep it on the infield, but Dukes gets held at third base by Cruz, and runners on first and third, one out. For the Rice Owls, again, they haven't had a chance to really play the style of baseball that they'd like to play because they've been chasing all weekend, but he likes to force the action.
Big swing there from Jack Rydell, who entered the weekend the home run leader in the AAC. That's now a neck-and-neck race with Justin Wilcoxon as we hit the final day for both these programs. Good stop by Wilcoxon to preserve a run. Rydell, who went hitless earlier today, he's 0 for 6 in the series. The 1-1 chop foul. A Rice team that statistically has hit right around .210 against left-handed pitchers. That's been a bugaboo for this Owls lineup.
And I think that's exactly why you see Groller out there as opposed to, any of the other East Carolina arms.
Taken for strike 3 and a punch out for Groller.
Rydell doesn't like that, but again, he doesn't get a vote. Home plate umpire Paler says strike 3.
And as a pitcher, when you see a pitch like that called a strike, how do you attack the zone?
You go right back at it. If you can extend it, obviously you got a right-handed hitter now, but if he's going to give you a ball or 2 off, see if it'll give you 3. You just kind of try to get all they'll give you.
As that pitch misses down. Pierce Gallo, we noted in the open, an elite defender at second base. He's searching for his 30th RBI of the year. A slow chopper could be challenging. Barini charges for a fantastic play.
Really good play by Barini to come get that on the good runner Gallo. Nice field and throw there on the move.
Joey Barini helping out his starter Aaron Groller, keeping this game scoreless. Nice defense for the Pirates through 1. Welcome back to Greenville, where traditional Sunday starter Tucker Alch will get the ball today in this Game 3 of the weekend set. Tucker, who was a grad transfer from the Division II ranks, he also pitched at Houston in previous tenures. He looks to come in and shut the door. Good outing against FAU last week. And you look at Alch this year, he's beaten UTSA, he's beaten FAU, but he's had some other starts very short. How does he find consistency today?
Yeah, another one of these guys that has added another pitch with the changeup. But, you know, again, the deal of anybody that toes the bump out there for either team or anywhere in the world playing baseball, it's get ahead of hitters, right? Strike one and then go from there. But he's added the changeup as of late, and it'll be interesting to see how he handles this East Carolina offense.
Tucker was an All-American at the D2 ranks at Catholic University of America. And now he faces an elite Pirate offense. And we've noted Jacob Jenkins Cowards. 11 home runs. He has 3 of those in the series. And that lineup brought to you by Grady White Boats. Big note, Riley Johnson, who left with an apparent shoulder injury, back in the leadoff spot today.
Yeah, he's too tough. You're not going to keep him out of the lineup. I'll tell you one thing the Owls have to do is limit the second chances or the free passes. And that'll be a big key to this game for them.
So Riley Johnson and his 49-game on-base streak will lead things off. He's reached base in every start this year, which is hard to fathom in college baseball. Now a 2-0 count.
We talk about it every time we have a game with him and every time he leads off an inning, how good this offense is when he gets on base.
Some trouble early on for Tucker Alch. And a 3-0 count. Well, that's the last thing you want to do against an elite on-base threat.
Kind of reminiscent of the last starter we saw for Rice that struggled mightily in the first, throwing, 41, 42 pitches in the first inning. They certainly don't want to see Alch do that. And
you don't typically see a meeting 3 pitches into the game.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. This is almost like, hey, bud, we need you to settle in because our hopes ride with you. And this isn't necessarily the start we were looking for.
A crowd that is really amped up for this night game. And that's Jose Cruz Jr. knowing his postseason hopes are on the line right here.
Now, Coach Cruz didn't look overly amped up. He was kind of chilling in there, probably a little frustrated with those first 3 pitches.
Now the 3-1 pitch. And that time the fastball helps him out, full count.
Good job by Alch to get back in the count, get it back to 3-2.
Alch, who earned the win last week in a series victory over FAU, gives up a base hit, and Riley Johnson on for the 50th straight game.
Not enough accolades for what that young man has done.
I don't care who you are. That's hard to do.
Oh, man, listen, and the fact that he's doing it again with all the injuries, and we saw him with that check swing earlier come out, and I'm sure he's been in treatment ever since he came out of the game in the first game, but he's just a tough dude.
This Pirate team has a .410 on-base percentage as an entire club. And if the year ended today, that would be among the top 5 best years in East Carolina history. You have to go back to 1987 for their all-time rank. Gives you some perspective of how good this offense has been. And now it's Carter Cunningham's turn.
Obviously, everybody in the Rice Owls uniform realizes that Riley Johnson is a threat to go at any time.
20 of 23 on the bases. No one has done it better in this American Conference. And Cliff Godwin, who is maybe as creative as any coach in the country, using situational hitting. Top 10 team in sack flies and sack bunts. So Alch goes breaking ball, and that's sprayed foul. Cunningham, one of the 11 seniors honored today. He had an army of family and friends in attendance.
And an army of family and friends in the stands that are going to hate to see him go.
They had matching shirts.
Yeah, had it going on.
with his face right on it from his playing days here at East Carolina. Pretty cool. I saw the Scotty Scheffler shirts in Valhalla golf course this morning. The shirts of him with his prison shot.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, they had shirts literally at the course. Obviously, someone bought it off Amazon. As the 1-1 misses inside.
Tell you the other thing with Alch keeping such a close eye on Riley Johnson over at first base is he's a full leg lift guy. I'd normally like to see your pitchers work out of either like a modified knee-to-knee or a slide step, trying to be around that 1-1-1-2 to the plate. He's a little slower than that.
Now a 3-1 count. And with the speed of Johnson, you're right, a slow delivery could make life tough.
Yeah, a lot of times, the Badgers stolen off the pitcher. I mean, you talk about the catcher gets the credit for throwing them out, but if the truth be known, the pitcher has to keep him close for the catcher to have a chance.
Now the 3-1 pitch. Carter Cunningham gets the party started with a 2-run bomb.
I think that could be described as an absolute no doubt, or actually going over the scoreboard onto the practice football facilities out there. Carter Cunningham gets a 3-1 pitch he can handle and absolutely does so.
East Carolina contested a regular season title on the line. And what a swing from that young man.
Pretty special way here by Carter Cunningham to start senior night for himself, right? And that pitch is actually, kind of down and away, but you'll see it get up over the left side of the scoreboard if we can pick it up. There it is, and over the fence and onto the practice field, and that's something he will absolutely never forget.
A home run on his senior day, 14th bomb of the year for Cunningham. That ball crossed up Manny Garza, called a strike to Ryan McChrystal. So 7 home runs in the series now for East Carolina.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
A team that did not come in as a overly prolific power team. Now 73 home runs. And then McChrystal hits one off the end of the bat. Good adjustment by Dukes for the first out.
Good.
So if you're curious, how far did it go? Well, 410, pretty strong off the bat at Cunningham.
104 exit velo is really strong. That ball is absolutely hammered.
After a 4-home run day earlier, you add in another big swing right there. And 6th home run of the series. It has been all Pirates offensively.
As we look at those analytics there, and that's such a big part of baseball now, is tracking spin rate for pitchers and exit velocities for hitters. And at the end of the day, it's bat meet ball. And if you're a hitter and if you're a pitcher, it's trying to keep the ball from finding the barrel. But the analytics sure do make the measurables nice.
Pirates' season best was 11 home runs against Memphis, who's been eliminated from the AAC tournament. Rice, in a similar position, needs a win tonight. And Jacob Starling in a 3-0 count. Although if Rice loses this game and South Florida loses tomorrow, we'll have a rematch of this game in Clearwater, Florida. 8 versus 1. All the things to be decided tonight.
Tons of ifs.
A 3-1 count to Starling, who was also honored pregame. Big hug between him and Cliff Godwin. 4-year starter here in Greenville.
Alt worked himself back into the count again. Another hitter he's fallen behind, but gets back in it at a 3-2 count.
As that wind is blistering out to right field. A walk with 1 out.
Yeah, we got a little kind of front moving through here, and you can see what it has done to the flagpole. It has absolutely starched the flagpole out to right, but with any luck, it'll kind of skirt us, and we'll keep playing baseball. But I will tell you,
not a good night to be a pitcher, but a great night to be a hitter.
Well, especially a left-handed hitter named Jacob Jenkins Coward, who's already had 3 on the weekend. So this is a guy that Alch definitely needs to be careful with, or this thing could get out of control quickly.
Jacob Jenkins Cowart, the walk-off home run earlier today in Game 2. Takes a massive swing to short. Through the legs of Rydell, and a rare error for the Rice shortstop.
Yeah, you know, rare error for the Rice shortstop is 100% correct, but we've seen this Rice team really have troubles picking it up all weekend. So, you know, some of that is you fall asleep, get a little heavy in your feet with so much going on. They've been out there for a little while, and it's obviously game 2 of a doubleheader. But you see Rydell's displeasure and some choice words there for not fielding that one cleanly. He has made every play this weekend to that point.
Rice is piling up the mistakes. 3 errors earlier today. Now the 5th error of the series, and a quick chat with pitching coach Parker Bangs.
You know, and what do you say? Alch is like, look, man, I just threw a ground ball. You know, I threw a ground ball that would have got me out of the inning, and, you know, we booted it. And that part of the conversation with Coach Bangs is probably, hey, look, keep throwing ground ball outs and, you know, go from there.
One final of note. Tulane has held off Charlotte, so they move to 15 and 12. They'll clinch a top 4. And Charlotte, who won the season series over Rice. So Rice is either in at 8 or they're out. It's kind of a crazy next couple of days. That game was 10-8 in the 10th. And right now, East Carolina riding the 2-run home run from Carter Cunningham for the early lead.
So it's of note, Ev, that it's interesting. Okay, just flip it out if you don't like it.
Want a new baseball?
Yeah, yesterday, you know, yesterday's game, we saw the water dance. The introduction of the water dance led to a big rally, number 33 for the Pirates, Davin Whitaker. Well, they just broke it out during that break in an effort to keep this rally going. So let's see if they how effective it is this time. I believe last night led to a home run.
The rally water dance and the rally pork from last night. Today it's a low country boil from our friends in the jungle and left. Can the Pirates feast on a rally themselves as this ball sneaks away? Runners in scoring position now.
Garza had no idea where that ball went. He's looking up in the air thinking it skipped and popped up, but it stayed down, went to the backstop. Wouldn't have made a difference.
That's a tough assignment for any catcher.
Yeah, you see him looking up, and you see it didn't get quite as high as he thought, just right on the top of that padding. Alch is definitely playing with fire right now.
The 2-0. He did go on that pitch. This is Dixon Williams, who has 3 hits. He's driven in 3 and scored a couple of times in the series. And has a loose string off the end of his bat. Doesn't seem to affect the Greenville native. He hits one foul.
He's in a position here with the corners drawn in a little, but the middle is deep, and ground ball to the second baseman will be enough to score a run.
Here's the 2-2. Williams shoots one down the line. Foul. What a breakout sophomore year for Dixon Williams. In the bottom third of this Pirate lineup. He is now one of 8 traditional starters hitting .290 or better. And now he has a full count.
You know, the success that we saw Parker Smith, the game 1 starter, have was all down and in on this, you know, heavy left-handed dominant lineup for East Carolina. And they went down and in, and I think that's just a setup, a way to change eye playing, but I'd be very surprised if they don't try to get back in there.
The 3-2 hits the inside corner. A good pitch from Tucker Alch for the strikeout.
And again, that's where they've had their success when they've gotten the ball out over the plate. It's been havoc for them, and that's a quality pitch, regardless of whether or not Dixon agrees with it.
So that keeps this a 2-0 game. And Justin Wilcoxon, who has pounded the baseball, 6 RBI in the series. Nice catch at third. Max Johnson keeps it a 2-0 game.
A good assist there.
Wow, what an effort by the Rice third baseman getting the spot start. East Carolina, though, gets a huge swing from Carter Cunningham on his senior day. The number 13 ranked Pirates up 2. Welcome back to Clark LeClaire Stadium. We got some low country broil to enjoy from our friends in the jungle in left field. Let's dive into that shrimp real quick, Mike.
I mean, big shout out to Josh Thomas and the jungle crowd, man. This is awesome. This is awesome.
You got to peel your shrimp, first of all. They're a little dull.
Oh, gosh.
Full hub.
Ah.
Knock yourself out, my friend.
Yeah, you didn't think you'd get – I didn't get any what you had last night, so
you keep all the sausage and corn, and we'll dig in.
You know, there's a game going on, too. This is just such a distraction here.
Call me Guy Fieri Budrovich here. There's a swing and a miss. That's a 10 out of 10 meal. And a good changeup from Aaron Groller. Never sleep on the culture here in Greenville. Fantastic support. And great food, too. The 1-2. In fact, there's been some conversation on Twitter the last couple of days with these rally meals. Fans have been staying in the same spot. They refuse to move when you give the food and you bring in a couple runs. There's a slow roller that stays foul. It's part of the culture here at East Carolina that makes a regional atmosphere fantastic. And ECU in a position to host as the number 13 ranked team.
Well, regional atmosphere is a term that's used here a lot because it happens nearly every night there's a ball game, especially we've seen several record breakers this year.
The 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss and a good start to the second inning.
Tell you what, Groller's doing exactly what he needs his club to do, and that's just keep the Rice hitters off balance and compete in the strike zone and just continue to try to collect one out at a time.
This is game 2 of a doubleheader. Pirates win in 8 innings yesterday. And a good strike to get ahead of Manny Garza.
You know, we've talked a lot about Garza, and he is a tough out in this lineup. He's a super competitive guy, spark plug, kind of looks at himself as the catalyst for this team, and he is he's going to give you a tough at bat every time he goes up there. He is one of the guys that faced Groller yesterday.
That chopper stays fair. Good snag. Williams throw off and an infield single.
Yeah, and that's as far as you could possibly be, still be in fair territory and try to make this throw. You'll see it here. Nice play by Dixon to get to the baseball and back in cleanly. Gets his feet a little bit. You know, you got the catcher running there, but Garza actually got down the line reasonably decent for a guy who's catching his second game today.
Manny Garza, team captain, works out an infield single, and now it's Eric Correa's turn. Correa, who's hitting .300 in his last 10 games. He's had a huge part of this comeback stretch. Rice started the year 1-8 in the conference. And now a little run and hit bunt. Testing Growler. That's late. Infield bunt single.
Really good bunt. He couldn't have rolled it out there barehanded any better, and Growler bounces on it. And again, it's just in that territory of literally nearly being a perfect bunt. I don't know what else he could have done. You see, deadens the ball nicely, and Growler bounces. Pretty good footwork for the left-hander to come around that, so he doesn't have to reposition himself. But Correa, a good runner, and now the Rice Owls have a little something working.
2 infield singles for Rice, and let's see if the bunt is on again for Max Johnson. Wow, that's a good frame job by Wilcox.
Yeah, he brought that one back. I like to refer to that as presenting it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
we presented it.
Presented as a strike.
There you go.
Maybe none better in the big leagues than Salvi Perez at doing that. As this ball is roped fair over the bag and a base hit.
I think we're going to see that in a replay. I'm not so sure that ball was fair. But
RBI double, chance for 2, and Barini eats it on the 2 RBI double. And Cliff Godwin upset.
Yeah, he was out of the dugout before the play was even over, but that ball is, I am 99% sure that's going to be a foul ball. Obviously, that's the, and again, I say that, I'm not sure that that is a reviewable play, but you'll see it here.
You know what? The more I watch that,
the thing is, it bounces foul before it gets to the bag. That view was a little bit deceptive because it looked like it might have gone over the corner. That's a close one.
Yeah, where it crosses over the base.
Yeah.
If it stays fair initially.
Yeah, if it catches the corner of the bag, it's a fair ball. So I guess that is not a reviewable play.
Make it 2-2 here in the second. This angle may help us out. So watch where this ball bounces. So now that it's fair, it just has to stay over the bag.
Yeah, live I just had it just in front of the bag, but you know, again, that's bang bang. I will say the umpire could not have done any better of a job of getting himself in position to make that call, and that kind of, you know, boils down to what he saw is how it goes.
Here's Kite McDonald in the leadoff spot, and he goes hunting, just foul. And you sense a little ire from the Pirate crowd here after that one. A very intelligent fan base. I'll give them a ton of credit here.
They are certainly passionate. Look, most of them still haven't forgotten the little conversation about the crooked batter's box
from
yesterday.
Last night.
So I've heard that a couple times in random shout-outs.
One, two, foul ball, pardon me. Unfortunately, Wilcoxon got hit there, so did the umpire.
McChrystal behind the plate.
Great point.
Yep, McChrystal behind the plate. Wilcoxon gets the night off from having to be back there at least.
With Wilcoxon in the DH role. My mind's still on the broil. It's a 2-2 count.
Well, and we also have been saying Wilcoxon for 2 games now, so I mean it's yeah, he gets that off. All he has to do is hit home runs.
Aaron Growler in a 2-2 count. Gives up hard contact, and that's through for a base hit. Here comes the 3rd run, and Correa to the plate, and Rice has its first lead of the series.
You know, this is the thing with Aaron Growler and the fact that he just doesn't have dominant stuff, and the fact that he threw yesterday, did they get just enough of a look at him, plus is his stuff diminished just as tiniest bit, but that's a heart of the pitch, or heart of the plate kind of pitch, and this Rice offense is not trying to lift that ball. They're not trying to do more than what it allows them to do, and that's just provide barrel ball contact and drive balls through the infield. Again, it'll be interesting to see if they rule that one an error. I can't imagine they would. That ball's hit pretty hard, but Dixon Williams really getting picked on down there with the off-speed offerings of Growler.
2 bunt singles, a double, and another base hit there will bring out Austin Knight. And remember, this ECU pitching staff, 3rd in the country with a 3.7 ERA. With Chris Kaler warming up in the Pirate pen at the moment.
You know, and that's interesting with Kaler warming it. I do wonder if Danny Bill is available other than maybe just very short relief. Kaler's another guy that doesn't have dominant stuff for this Pirate staff, but you know, if he's got his breaking ball, he's going to work quickly and efficiently, he can be effective.
There's a bunt for a strike. And this is an element Rice has not had in the series. Not only a lead, but stringing together hits.
You know, now they kind of, you know, smell a little blood in the water, and they can kind of chip away at applying additional runs.
Maybe none better in the lineup now than Ben Dukes. And then watch this last swing from Dukes. Trayton Rank, he's got some hand-eye coordination. So the 0-2 pitch is rolled against the shift. Williams has to eat it.
No play anywhere.
And everybody's safe. 3 infield singles.
Yep, no play anywhere with the speedy Dukes.
So Ben Dukes with another multi-hit game.
Again, just playing his game and staying inside of it, beat it in the ground and beat it out. And I mean, smart play by Dixon Williams, nowhere to go with that baseball.
Now with 1 out, an opposite field drive, and Trayton Rank with a base hit in front of Jenkins Cowart. Here comes the speed of McDonald, and he's in there. It's 4-2.
Yeah, never a question by Jenkins Cowart as to where to go with that baseball. You got to get it in, keep the double play in order, and give yourself a chance to stop the bleeding here at some point. But nice piece of hitting here by Ranks. Just, again, staying with it. They're not trying to do more than what roller stuff allows. It's literally almost a thought process of trying to catch the baseball with the barrel and let the technology do the work.
So Greller continues to work, and now it's Jack Rydell's turn. He wants to bunt. That is in front of the plate. And McChrystal goes to first on a nice throw.
Tell you what, they got a little fast break offense going here. You look away for a second, and there's another guy doing something, and that one just kind of gets bunted down on top of the plate. Nice job by McChrystal to bounce out and collect it, and good throw to Carter at first base.
So Pierce Gallo steps in.
Tell you what, I got to kind of feel like if anytime Rydell wants to bunt, especially, you know, the wind's blowing out and you're not facing that kind of dominant stuff, he's a guy that's got some pop. I think you.
And it shows the level of desperation from Rice's offense.
Yeah.
Playing for runs here.
Trying to push the issue.
A Rice team that needs a win for its postseason hopes. If they lost tonight, would need a South Florida loss tomorrow, because USF's about to defeat UAB here in an inning or so. Now the 1-1 to Gallo. A slow chopper. It's been an adventure of an inning for Williams, and that time he makes the play. Rice, though, 4 runs on 8 hits, and the Owls hoot right back. East Carolina's turn when we return. It is senior night for the East Carolina program. Look at the list of names honored pregame here at ECU. A couple of four-year starters, some grad transfers mixed in, and possible All-Americans too, if you think about Danny Beal on the mound and Carter Cunningham. A neat class that has won 3 straight regular season titles, and tonight they're honored in front of thousands of ECU baseball fans.
Yeah, what a great group, and what a cool ceremony before, again, even honoring and acknowledging the hardworking staff, the trainers and managers that, help make this program run.
And the senior moms had a jungle jump pregame.
Yeah, they did.
After taking their picture with their kids on the field. The signature left field jungle. And Luke Nowak will lead things off. A senior in Joey Barini hits behind him to complete Cliff Godwin's lineup. And now an important inning for Tucker Alch, the weekend starter. Typically number 3 arm gets the start today. Hard chopper up the middle. Good snag by Rydell.
Is he on?
And did that foot stay? It did. Good footwork by Rank.
Yeah, and again, my immediate indicator down there is if Jeff Palumbo doesn't signal for the replay, then you know there's not one needed. But really good play here. And, we talked about it. Rydell's made all the plays except for his last opportunity. But nice job of getting to that, and that's no slow guy that he just threw out.
Really good footwork over there at first base. So now 1 out for Joey Barini. Remember, East Carolina with a loss tonight combined with a win tomorrow and tonight for UTSA, the Roadrunners will earn the 1 seed. The Pirates have clinched a share of the title. Now it's for the outright tonight. And the sweet sounds of the organ music keep you locked in, and final game of the regular season. Here's the 2-0.
I will certainly say already this is a little more spirited affair as it relates to the crowd.
Barini shoots one to left. Dangerous. Foul. Joey Barini, who's 1 for 7 in the series, nearly his second hit right here.
Yeah, that just drifts foul, not foul by much, just enough.
By the way, UTSA has scored first against FAU, a 1-0 lead in the first. As all these programs scoreboard watch. Barini looks to add to the scoreboard himself with a base hit here in the second.
Really good piece with 2 there. And Joey Barini finds his way on to first base, which is what the Pirates going to have to do to scratch back to get this thing back to a 4-4 game. And that's going to.
And now Jose Cruz ready to make a pitching change.
Bring the ball south.
New arm coming in for Rice. And we'll step aside for the pitching change. 2-run game here in this final game of the regular season. Rice going to its pen when we return. Here is our talented production staff enjoying some treats. And look at Mike Miles, our director over there, living it up. Great job by our crew all year long at ESPN Plus. And Kyle, I don't know if he's working or eating. He's doing a little bit of both. Yeah, he's definitely focused on the food. So we go to the bullpen here in the second. Thanks to all of them. Crewing it up. And Tom Vincent enters out of the bullpen for the Rice Owls. Last year he was a weekend starter, had 6 starts in the rotation. This year, largely a bullpen option. And here he enters in a 2-run lead, fresh off an appearance against FAU, giving up 2 runs last week.
Yeah, only 10 walks in 31 innings, so been fairly efficient in and around the zone. A little over 4.5 ERA. Just as I say that, he lets one get away from him and gets to the backstop. But again, I think Coach Cruz says, hey, let's go with the lefty against all these lefties and see if we can have a little more success.
So Tom Vincent, 27th outing out of the pen. He's in the top 5 in this conference in relief appearances. Yeah, right now Danny Beal with 27 leads the AAC, but Beal has not come into the series just yet.
Yeah, there's probably only 2 people in the ballpark that can really identify with what that's like, and that's each other, right? That's kind of rarefied air for appearance numbers in college baseball. Effectively haven't appeared in half the games.
Right now, Hunter Holmes of Wichita State, 32 appearances, leads the country. And the Shockers have clinched a tournament berth. All heading down to Clearwater, Florida this week. Both these programs will fly out of Raleigh and head down to Clearwater in the coming days with a Tuesday matchup looming. Here's Riley Johnson at the plate, and he has a 1-0 count.
Yeah, Riley looking to kind of take that one with him, a little left-handed drag or push, whichever way you like to describe it, but he was looking to get that one by the pitcher out towards the second baseman.
Now the 1-0. Riley Johnson, such a difficult at-bat for opposing pitchers.
You know, we've really seen him come again, the most recent of the re-aggravation of the injuries, but he last few at-bats really cutting his swing down. He's had success with it and just capable of beating you in so many ways, and that goes along with the 4 home runs.
That time he watches a strike. Johnson, who's reached base in every start. He's well on his way to a first-team All-AAC campaign. And more impressively, more walks than strikeouts, double-digit hit by pitches. He's been doing it all. And now works the 3-1 count.
Kind of East Carolina giving back a little taste of Rice's medicine to them. You know, kind of what this is what Rice likes to be able to try to do. And certainly we've seen Cliff Godwin, again, not be afraid to push the envelope. So interesting time for the umpire to decide to clean the plate off.
This home fan base coming to life here in the second. Now the 3-1. Right down the middle.
Again, I think this is a situation here where Barini will be in motion again because of what you mentioned earlier, that Riley Johnson is such a contact guy, even with only, 1 out in the inning here. Full count, probably a pick to first.
Tom Vincent goes to first. You called it. Cliff Godwin has been aggressive on the bases in this entire series.
He's been aggressive on the bases his entire life as a coach. You know, he likes the fast break offense too.
Runners hold, and that's ball 4.
I got to be honest with you, I'm really, really surprised by that. I thought for sure that Barini would be in motion, and honestly, it could have been that Barini got fooled or he sped up the delivery. The pitcher Vincent sped up his delivery just enough that, you know, he kind of felt like he was almost fooled and, you know, just kind of locked it down. But I was very surprised that he wasn't in motion there.
Fresh off a 410-foot home run, here's Carter Cunningham. 2 on, 1 out for the All-AAC slugger. Whew, he was not getting cheated there.
You know, with the year he's had this year and the almost storybook feel with the success he's had and kind of where he's come from to where he's been this year, and man, would it just be absolutely appropriate, or would it surprise you if he had like 3 or 4 home runs tonight on senior night, his last home game at Clark LeClaire Stadium? I mean, he's just had that kind of magical season. And quite frankly, it couldn't happen. If it were to happen, it couldn't happen to a better person, all that he's done in the community as well.
Has raised over $10,000 for the local children's hospital. Over $20,000 officially. The 1-1 stays down and away.
And I'll tell you something, just watching him, is his energy level. You normally don't see Carter Cunningham quite as animated as he is tonight. I think he's feeling the vibes of knowing how special tonight is.
His senior night here in Greenville for the 2-1. Wanted to put on a show with that swing.
And I will tell you, I fully expect at this point he'll cut a swing down and look to drive something out there off the Farm Bureau sign in left center field.
Big pitch coming from Tom Vincent. Full count.
Another interesting situation, runners first and second. Really good hitter at the plate, a guy that's going to make more contact than not. Let's see if Coach Godwin decides to move him here.
The 3-2. Cunningham again! Deep right center and down. That's a double.
Ground rule double.
1 run scores, and Cunningham's senior day continues.
And he's pumped, man. Again, not a guy that shows a ton of emotion, and you can even see there with the arm wave, but the face is kind of devoid of emotion. You know, it's just a guy that's loving it. That's, according to TrackMan, that's 98 miles an hour off the bat. So another well-struck ball, especially with a 2-strike count. Takes that pitch and drives it right where it's delivered. If that ball doesn't bounce over the fence, Pirates would have scored another run.
And now Cliff Godwin with a quick chat for Ryan McChrystal. What do you think is cooking here if you're this East Carolina coaching staff?
You know, it could be a matter of just putting a little doubt in Rice's head. I mean, obviously we've seen squeezes that have resulted in 2 runs in this situation in the past, where the runner from second base is off and they get the bunt down. And I mean, you know, again, anything is on the table with Cliff Godwin managing down at third base or coaching down at third base.
Two on, 1 out for McChrystal. He's free swinging and a foul ball. Very close.
Yeah, and I think that's a right call. I had that one foul, and
this will be the perfect angle. Yeah.
Yep,
I agree.
Foul. Blue says, whoa.
And then a nice Olay there. Yeah. The wave for Al Creedle. Now the 0-1.
Tell you what, Riley Johnson caught my eye there. He took off a little fake break at third base, and I thought, here we go, but just enough to try to distract the hitter, but it may have worked. I'm sorry, the pitcher may have worked a little better on me.
Crystal crushes one foul. After a busy start for both offenses earlier today, 15-5. We're seeing plenty more offense tonight. The 1-2 got him swinging.
That chases upstairs.
Good fastball.
Hard to lay off that one.
So Tom Vincent with a nice second out here.
Yeah, good challenging fastball, top part of, or just above the top part of the zone, and McChrystal just can't quite hang on.
Jacob Starling up with 2 outs. Yeah, he works a hitter's count.
Now, we've seen this weekend and throughout Starling's career, he's another guy that's not afraid to get a swing off. When they honored him in senior night, they talked about the home run he had against Texas in the Supers here
just
back
2
a couple years ago.
Great
Yeah.
point.
Home run in the night to tie the game.
He's been a part of 3 straight regional runs, 3 straight regular season championships as well. The 2-0 flips the changeup in for a strike.
Yeah, I don't think Starling's looking breaking ball, change up, off speed here. I think he's sitting dead red and looking to ambush a fastball.
Here's a fastball popped up to first. Rank up the line, moving. Nice catch, straight and Rank saves not 1 but maybe 2 runs right there to end the inning. East Carolina gets on the board with a run of its own. It's the Rice Owls maintaining a 1-run lead. Here's what's cooking in the AAC. Final 2 days of the regular season. Your top 6 teams have clinched. Now it's who's 7th, who's 8th. Rice or FAU with a win would clinch. And USF needs those teams to lose and then themselves to win again. They're beating UAB right now. So it's all mayhem for those last 8 spots.
Those blue boxes that we've had that started the day just dominating the middle of that graphic have slowly gone away as teams have had their destiny decided for them.
East Carolina with a win secures the regular season outright title. And now Chris Kaler enters out of the Pirate bullpen. He has been a midweek starter, midweek reliever, all over the place in the rotation. And here he's now for his 18th outing in this 1-run game.
Chris Kaler, again, a guy that, man, when he's on, he's on. You see the ERA is a little higher than I'm sure they would like, but fastball, breakable, nothing really dominant. Works with some pace, has slowed his tempo down just a little bit. Let's see what he has tonight.
The George Washington transfer gets a swing and a miss.
That's a pretty good sign when he comes out and he's throwing the breaking ball with bite like that. Duffield helped him out just a little bit.
Kaler faces 6, 7, 8 in the Rice order. Duffield pops this up after hitting a pitch hit home run on the first pitch he saw in game 2 of the series. Struck out earlier tonight. Kaler very herky-jerky, throws a lot of body at you and throws 87 past Duffield.
Yeah, if we go back to much earlier in the season, Kaler's best outing of the year was against Elon, and he was lights out against that club, but has kind of had his ups and downs, and again sneaks that fastball by. Not super velocity, but behind those other pitches, it certainly jumps on you.
Here's Manny Garza, who has nearly perfect splits, identical left versus right. He'll be a huge returning piece, the junior, with 2 years of eligibility due to COVID. Pops this one up.
You heard the size of the crowd. I hope that didn't mean somebody got popped with that foul ball. Maybe it was just a drop.
There's another foul ball, keeping the crowd busy.
That's what Garza's going to do. He's going to fight you in the box. He's not certainly not an easy out.
Chris Kaler back to it. Wow, that's called down.
Tell you what that is. That's a really good 0-2 pitch. One that certainly everybody in the purple and gold would like to have called.
And if anybody knows the zone, it's Manny Garza.
Yeah, I tell you what, if Kaler's got it in him, I'd try to go right back there.
Goes to a similar spot, forces weak contact for the second out.
Garza said, man, I'm tired. I'm not even going to.
I've caught 18 innings in a short period of time.
Yeah, I'm not going to sprint this one out, guys, if y'all don't mind.
This is essentially a must-win game for Rice. USF on the verge of taking down UAB, which means if South Florida wins tomorrow and Rice loses tonight, it's over for the Owls. That game just ended officially, 8-4. So a lot on the line here for this Rice club. It entered 8th in the league coming in. What a great breaking ball. South Florida riding the arm of Jack Siebert. 7 innings of work and earning the win. And Correa fights that one off. Keep in mind last year was the 7 seed, the Tulane Green Wave, that won the tournament. So it's all open for registration. Chris Kaler, though, shutting down the door. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to end this 3rd inning. East Carolina down a run, but a solid inning from Chris Kaler out of the bullpen. We'll get a look at the Pirates next when we come back to Greenville.
Strong and of good courage. President JFK challenged us. We ascended to the stars, achieving what no one thought possible. Our commitment to excellence to do the impossible is made possible right here in Houston, Texas. We impact the world through innovative ideas and discoveries. We now embark on a new flight to prove that Rice Fight never dies. Rice Owls, let's fly.
Welcome back to Greenville, where Cliff Godwin, his program's on its way to a 5th straight regular season title. 4-time Coach of the Year in the conference. And his club is in a real battle tonight. East Carolina on the verge of a 40-win season for the 7th time under Coach Godwin. But a lot of work to do here in the 3rd. And Jacob Jenkins-Coward is robbed of a base hit. Good snag by Trayton Rank.
Tell you what, Rank's played a nice first base tonight. See him here. Hot off the bat of JC, and Rank climbs the ladder. Nice play. Well timed, and maybe that was a little softer than I thought based off the time he had to react, but nice play by Rank down there.
So Dixon Williams steps into the box. It's a Pirate offense that has feasted on Rice pitching in this series, averaging right around 12 runs a game. And a good take there. Dixon was a strikeout victim, the lone punch out for this Rice staff tonight. And struggling to find the zone here is Tom Vincent.
You know what's amazing how effective the show bunt take kind of deal is for the Pirates. It's almost part of their offense. I mean, it's something that you see them do so often.
The 3-0 pitch, that time finds it. Has to be so daunting. You know he's not going to swing, but you also don't want to miss the zone. A Rice program that in close games by 2 runs or less, they've won 7 of their last 11. Have been really good in these spots. But nothing has come easy this weekend against number 13 East Carolina. Now the 3-2. That one misses. All those pitches really close in a 1-out walk.
Yeah, good at bat there by Dixon. Work the wall. And you'll see here it's going to be just off. Maybe even a little more than just off. Good job of Garza by bringing it back.
So it's Justin Wilcoxon's turn. He is one swing away from matching Rydell for the home run lead in the AAC. Neither of those players are very close to catching Charlie Condon with his 35 bombs, but a good note here in the American Athletic Conference.
Yeah, you could add these two together and they wouldn't catch Condon. What he's done this year has been superhuman.
Putting up numbers that not even Jack Caglione from a year ago could do, and he was a prolific All-American himself. And we have a automatic strike there.
Yeah,
Batter was not ready in the box.
Yeah, hitter's violation.
So a 1-2 count.
Coach Godwin, no argument.
Good block behind the plate.
Kind of feels like this game's bogged down just a little bit all of a sudden, too.
Every pitch, every out, a little tougher to acquire at this point. So the 2-2 is a pickoff.
I can't imagine with the way the first baseman is holding the runner at first. Not sure how you would get a tag into the tag area. It'd have to be a catch and turn, and I would think that Dix would be a little quicker than that. But
Payoff pitch on the way from Tom Vincent. Runner holds. Wilcoxon lines it foul. And here's East Carolina with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, knocking on the door here in the third. As Rice plays for its tournament life tonight, needing a win. Wilcox on the other line. This is dangerous in the corner and a sliding effort. And then unfortunately, awkwardly into that wall was Duffield.
Yeah, he's slow to get up. He full run and slide into that. See here, he comes a long ways and he'll go down and slide, kind of protect himself a little, but see him kind of immediately grab that knee just a little hobbled, but I think he'll be okay.
Now the 3-2. Ooh, line shot towards his own dugout.
Really good job here, including the pitch clock violation or the batter's box violation by Wilcox. A good job here to extend this AB.
Here's the 3-2. Another foul ball. Nearing double-digit pitches in this battle with 1 out. And a walk.
Really good at bat there by Wilcox to work that walk again after the pitcher gets a free strike on him. Wilcoxon fouls off a bushel barrel full of pitches to find his way down to first base.
That's a new one for me, bushel barrel. I like it. Giving us the treat even in game 52, Mike.
Do the best I can.
See the energy there from the Pirate DH tonight. There's a lot of emotion for both these teams. One playing for a tournament life, one playing for a regular season title.
Well, let's not forget that's emotion from another one of these seniors that.
Nowak back up the middle. There's one nice throw from Gallo to turn it.
They really do turn it about as good as anybody I've seen.
And they lead the country. 59 double plays for the Rice Owls. That cleans up the third. It was a one-man show. Here's Gallo, ends the threat. We begin the top of the fourth here in Greenville. Chris Kaler back to work. And he faces 9-1-2 in the lineup. Max Johnson leads things off. Max has 2 hits in this series, which is crazy to think because not a prolific year at the plate. 1 hit coming into today for Max and 38 at-bats. Johnson continues to choke up on that bat. Puts a good swing here. Williams all over it. And there's the first down.
Yeah, that's the thing now. Part of the technology is those knobs are extended as kind of a counterweight situation.
Remember, UTSA with 2 wins and a Pirate loss clinches the regular season. That's a good battle in the 5th inning. FAU, who needs a win to guarantee a spot in the tournament. There's a lot of good baseball going on tonight in this AAC as here's a first pitch drive. Kite McDonald gives a boost to left, and what a catch! Luke Nowak robs a home run.
Wow. He ran a long ways to get to that ball. And then you saw him at the end, a little chest bump with Riley Johnson that says, look, man, I can do it too. How many times have we seen these outfielders take away home runs? Cunningham earlier today, Riley Johnson repeatedly, and then Luke says, I want a little bit of this action too. Great job.
That was a clear home run until that man came into play.
Yep, great play.
Allowed second out for Chris Kaler. And here's Ben Dukes taking a strike. So all 3 outfielders who have started have robbed a home run this year.
Yeah.
Shows you the defensive prowess of Cliff Godwin's team and the benefits of 4-foot-high fences.
Well, and they take such pride in what they do, and they work at it so hard. But that's a dream for an outfielder, right? To be able to rob a home run. You're right. And these fences aren't the highest in the world, about 5 feet. But they maybe a little bit taller. But man, how cool! What a great memory and a highlight. Just a highlight.
Dukes pops one up. He'll keep the outfield busy. Barini back. Nowak in. Ooh, adventure. But he's all over it. Robs a home run and ends the inning. East Carolina's defense up to the task through 3.5. Welcome back to Greenville, where the number 13 team in the country's had a tough luck of it with close losses this year. 9 losses by 1 run or less. And they do have some signature non-conference wins over Carolina and NC State. And now as you look come conference tournament time, it's the Pirates 1 win away from a 1 seed and a regular season title. It certainly helps how the offense has carried the load this week. 6 home runs in the series. And now Joey Barini works ahead in the count. UTSA, meanwhile, ahead on FAU. The Roadrunners need a Pirate loss and 2 more wins. And a good pitch in there. This is Tom Vincent, one of his longest outings in the AAC, and looking to mix and match Rice still has an elite closer ready in the pen. Davian Hickson with 6 saves this year and a sub-3 ERA. We'll see when the card is played.
Yeah, I have all ideas. If they can keep it close and cobble it together until probably about the 5th, that would be the time you may risk burning him.
Now the 3-1. We've seen a very patient Pirate lineup.
And there is an arm loosening down there in the Rice pen.
4 walks earned by ECU with action warming for Rice. Barini, a slow chopper. Gallo's got to go, and he does.
Man, we've seen a number of those this game and really this weekend, these high choppers, and these guys having a field about like pop flies, pop-ups, and get rid of it pretty quickly with the good runner. Gets him about a half step.
So Riley Johnson now up. A hit and a single today for Riley. This man just cannot be stopped. Continues to get on at a 470 on base clip.
You know, since Vincent entered the game, he's kind of pitched his way into trouble, but not too deep, and finds a way to get a little bounder ground ball or something to get his way out.
Another strike. There have been no easy innings for Rice pitching this series.
Yeah, not very many for sure.
Good pitch for a strike.
Really good pitch by Vincent up under the hands of Riley Johnson.
Johnson smokes one to second. Busy inning there for Gallo.
Riley does all he can here, puts a good swing on it, just hits it right at Gallo. Looks like that may be the end of the day.
And after 2 hard hit balls, a pitching change coming.
We'll see if they go straight to the closer here. I figured they'd try to get at least one more somewhere before going to him. Don't have his stat line right in front of me. Not sure what his longest outing of the year is. We can look that up. But
so Rice making a pitching change, and we'll take the timeout. Closer Davian Hickson enters here in the 4th. Elite closer Davian Hickson enters out of the bullpen for Rice. Second in the conference with 6 saves. The Florida State transfer has been really solid, including a win against FAU. 3 1/3 of 1-run ball. And Mike, this could be a long relief kind of night for Davian Hickson.
Yeah, I think they're going to roll with him until they just can, and we've seen him extend guys throughout the series where you thought, Parker Smith being a great example, where you thought they might come get him, but I think they do a pretty good job of defining their roles, and he's a guy that they count on, man. This is their guy, a big velo guy, can get it up there to in the 96 range is what we've been told. That one right there was 93, but guy that played his high school baseball at the IMG Academy, and then, as you mentioned, a Florida State transfer. So he's seen a lot.
And as the lights get brighter here in Greenville, it's been Carter Cunningham's night at the plate. A homer and a double for Cunningham. Facing a pitcher in Hickson who struck out a career-high 10 against Charlotte 2 weeks ago. The most strikeouts for a Rice reliever in 10 years.
Wow.
It's that kind of electric stuff. And he goes change up early to Carter Cunningham. Cunningham's been crushing the baseball today after a slow start, 0 for 7 to open the series. A hit in his final at-bat earlier today, and now a 2-hit day. This time a hard ground out to first to end the inning. Davian Hickson checks the box of the 4th. It's a battle of the bullpens the rest of the way. Welcome back to Greenville, where the top 10 is loaded with North Carolina programs at UNC, Wake Forest. And all of a sudden, in the middle of that top 16 conversation, Duke, East Carolina in the fight, Arizona in the midst of a Pac-12 championship type of year. These rankings are certainly exciting, but come next Monday, Selection Monday, things really get situated. Not that you can break your resume this time of year, but if you're East Carolina, winning the regular season, winning the postseason are so important for your tournament chances.
Yeah, especially when you don't have opportunities against big RPI teams anymore, at this juncture in the season. So yeah, this is East Carolina is kind of in the position where I don't know how much they can do to raise their stock, but there's certainly some downside if they were to lose a couple games that they didn't need to. So yeah, playing good right now is hugely important. And then let's face it, you got the committees that are looking at things, and they're going to have recency bias for sure, whether they're allegedly supposed to or not.
Did he swing? He did. And a strikeout to begin the frame of Trayton Rank.
That's the difference maker for Kaler. If he can bend that breaking ball with the bite that you're seeing some of these, even though they're out of the zone, they're very enticing, as you can see here. When he's got that going, he's got a chance to be effective and pitch it to an extended outing.
Chris Kaler has worked quickly and efficiently, 2 1/3, all scoreless. And now Jack Rydell watches a strike. One thing with Kaler, he doesn't waste time on the bump. High energy, high strike totals tonight?
I can tell you Rice would love nothing more than to give their closer Hickson one more run to work with.
Here's the 1-1. Rydell had a ton of power coming in, and in this series, he's still searching for that signature moment. Hitless 0 for 7 now in the first 3 games. Rydell, who's 2 home runs from cracking the top 10 in Rice program history with his 25 career bombs. Long way to go to catch Lance Berkman, but still a prolific career. And he goes down looking for the second out.
Quality pitch there by Kaler. And Rydell doesn't like that one much. Turns around, has a little something to say, but knows kind of where the line is. But last couple times Rydell's punched out, his stroll back to the dugout is just a stroll. Maybe the benefit of the presentation there again, but nonetheless, called strike 3.
Here's Pierce Gallo with 2 outs. He has done a great job in his Rice career of really coming on strong late. Batting averages improve each of the last 3 years. And he takes a filthy hack there. He's played all over the infield, and head coach Jose Cruz told him halfway through this year, hey, do you want to earn the job or not? He took that conversation on strong and has been a tremendous second baseman. So he fights off that pitch. Gallo's taken steps at hitting the slider. That's been the big step for him offensively, learning to hit the breaking ball.
You know, I learned a long time ago the best way to hit the breaking ball is hit the fastball. Don't let him get to the breaking ball, but certainly a skill you have to continue to move up the ranks in baseball and in your career.
Kaler goes fastball and just misses.
That's a really, really good 0-2 pitch. You see McChrystal with the acknowledgement. Yeah, it was down and away. All's good. That pitch was thrown right where it was meant to be thrown. Just not enough to be called a strike. And there's the value of the pitch before it. Fastball right there. Next one, kind of tunnel that with a breaking ball. And it's going to be tough to do a whole lot with it.
Another 1-2 from Kaler. How about 3 scoreless for Chris Kaler out of the pen? That man's jazzed up. The grad senior getting the job done for East Carolina, keeping this a 1-run game. This game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats, the Carter Cunningham Show. A home run and double tonight, and then Rice's bullpen has pieced together some quality innings. After taking a 4-2 lead, now it's a 4-3 game. And it's up to closer Davian Hickson here as we begin the 5th. This might be Davian's game to finish.
Yeah, again, I think they're going to go with him until he absolutely proves that he's going to be ineffective. But he's the guy they want out there with a 1-run lead. And feel like they got a chance to maybe tack one on somewhere is their hopes at least. But how about Chris Kaler, the effort he's given? 3 innings, no hits, no earned. He's been really good, so we could have ourselves a little pitcher's duel from here to the barn.
And in a series that's been hitter dominant, that's a rarity at that. Rice with a win clinches a tournament berth. East Carolina with a win clinches a regular season title, which makes these next 4 innings fascinating.
Absolutely.
And Ryan McChrystal leads things off with the Pirates. He swings and misses over a nasty slider.
You know, one of the knocks on baseball, not so much college baseball, but at the pro game with the 162 games, but even the extended collegiate season, you know, people that don't understand go, hey, play too many games or whatever. But it always comes down to something in the last day, and we've got that here. We got it all over the country.
Crystal pops up the 0-1. Duffield with room, and he's got it for the first out. This Rice team had started 1-8 in the league. They were in dead last with a month to go, but 3 of the last 4 series wins, and here they are with a chance to clinch a spot.
You know, another example of that, you get into a 9-game skid or a 1 game and 8 and 9 game winning position, and with the amount of games that baseball has, you have a chance to play your way out of it, play yourself back into contention, and you know, Rice has done that to get back here to again have a chance to get to the conference tournament.
Rice was swept by the last place team in the league, Memphis, and had chances to win all 3 of those games. Since then, they've been rolling series wins over UAB, USF, UTSA, and FAU.
Fastball before that breaking ball is at 95. I mean, Hicks has got some serious arm strength. Spinning the breaking ball at 84.
Here's Jacob Starling with 1 out in the 5th. Starling, who walked and grounded out his first 2 at-bats. Now on a 3-1 count.
Flips this thing to a really aggressive hitter's count. Let's see if Jacob Starling can do something with it or what Hickson has in mind.
Now the 3-1. He did not go in a 5-pitch walk.
Tell you what, that's a lot of respect out of Hickson for Starling. He knew that challenging with the fastball may not work out for him. A 3-1 breaking ball just off the plate, and obviously Hickson didn't like that and wanted that pitch called, but Starling heads down to first base.
Now the hottest hitter in the Pirate lineup, Jacob Jenkins Coward, who has driven in 9 in this series. A rare first pitch take from the power hitting right fielder.
I tell you what, he is always on go though, and that one was just a little too bad for him to take, or for him to take a hack at, so he's able to lay off. But you know what, that's what you want your hitters doing, is going up there looking to hit, right? I want to be aggressive and get off good swings, and JC definitely no stranger to that thought process.
The Juan Soto yes, 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 no type of approach. He goes yes and fouls it off.
You talk with hitters, really your only reaction at the plate is not to swing. In other words, your plan when you walk up there is to get off a good swing. So the only reaction you have is the Juan Soto no. Instead of pulling the trigger, you hold and work to get your pitch.
And he's blasted 3 home runs in the series.
Yeah, there's some confusion somewhere. See Garza, the catcher,
buying some time to reset the signals. You'd imagine Starling's not in a running position here.
If it is Cliff Godwin down there at third base.
Anything is in play. Oh, off the foot of the pitcher and a base hit. First and second with 1 out.
JC keeps swinging it this weekend. He's seeing the ball well.
The 6-hit weekend for JJC.
See here, just a bullet right through the box. I think the pitcher just got out of the way, but certainly took a chunk out of the mound. Runners now first and second for Dixon Williams. Not sure exactly what information Garza could have had there. They're using the iWatch looking pitch calling system.
Davian Hickson, who went 5 innings in his previous outing, 3 1/3 in the outing before that. He's had long relief efforts here in May. And he entered in the 4th. Now he's here in the 5th with a 1-run lead against Greenville native Dixon Williams. Here goes fishing. An explosive Pirate offense held to 3 runs here in this final game of the regular season.
Little inside move there to make sure the Starling knows they know he's out there.
One has popped up on the infield.
Skied.
That's the infield fly rule in the 2nd out.
I'm glad that cloud moved out here. That was a rainmaker. That thing was skied.
So now 2 outs for Justin Wilcoxon. He's had 2 home runs in this series, so he's up to 42 RBI. 3rd on the club. A lot of traffic on the bases for the Pirates tonight. And have not scored since the 2nd inning. Now the 2-0 pitch. Not very close.
You know, Hickson seems to be maybe trying to fool him a little bit too. A lot of 86, 87s when you got that 95, 96 type arm. I think you'd want to show that a little bit more. He's got himself behind 3-0.
Off the end of the bat, scooped by Johnson. That play ends it. Davian Hickson in and out of trouble on a 3-0 pitch. Got contact to end it. Welcome back to Greenville, where we gear up for a huge week in the AAC Baseball Championships down in Clearwater, Florida. Tulane, the reigning champs, have qualified. East Carolina would win away from the #1 seed, and a lot up for grabs with a conference tournament on the way. Really gives you a sense of how crowded this tournament's been. Look at the different champions the last 4 years. No school has gone back-to-back in quite some time, and here it all unfolds. UTSA or ECU will be their #1 seed.
Amazing, it's still to be decided.
And now East Carolina leans on one of its most highly touted relievers, Danny Beal, for his 28th appearance of the year. In and out with injury the last couple of weeks, but back in the fold and has been a long relief specialist here in the month of May.
Really good job by Chris Kaler to get it to Danny Beal in this situation. Chris going three very, very clean innings. So now it's Danny Beal's turn to take the ball and continue that success.
3.2 ERA for a #3rd ranked pitching staff in the country. And Beal goes first pitch fastball past Trey Duffield. And Bill ate up some innings in that Tulane series, pitched in all 3 games, and he threw 120 pitches. His first outing in a week, and he gets strike 2.
88 to 77 out of the same slot is going to be tough for anybody.
6, 7, 8 in the Rice order. Duffield down on 3 pitches.
Pretty efficient. Fastball, 2 off-speed pitches, and on to the next guy. You know, the other advantage of bringing him in right here is the fact that you are bringing him in to face 7, 8, 9, the bottom of this lineup that's, not been overly potent this weekend. So you give Danny a chance, a little runway to get it going. Now his focus is to stay on schedule.
Here's Manny Garza, first pitch hacking. We've essentially seen both teams go to their prime closers here in the 5th or 6th inning. Garza works at even count. He had a single as part of that 4-run second. That's been the difference. A 7-hit second inning put Rice in front for the first time all weekend.
You know, Bill's got to feel like really refreshed to have been able to sit here and watch 2 baseball games and not appear in either one. He's got to feel like new money, nice and crisp.
That arm's got to feel really good right now, to your point.
Really good being relative to how he's felt all year after, the number of innings and pitches that he's thrown. I'll tell you what he did last week. It was very impressive. I mean, that was a workman's effort for sure.
With the conference tournament beginning Tuesday as well, both these programs wanting to keep arms ready to go. Because ECU knows they're a 1 or a 2. Rice needs a win to sneak into the tournament. And a base hit here for Garza going the other way.
And that is the at-bats that he has given all weekend. Again, he's got to be a tired guy. He's caught a lot of baseball and, very animated, very active behind the plate, but he has really done a nice job at the plate with giving his team tough at-bats regardless of the results.
Next up for the Owls, right fielder number 19, Eric Herrera.
You look at the all-time career appearances, Danny Beal climbing up the ranks. 13 appearances away, and knowing how Cliff Godwin uses his bullpen, that may not be out of the picture this year. Some elite names in East Carolina history. And Beal maybe his most prolific effort in his last appearance, 6 1/3 innings, throwing 3 games in 3 days. Now Eric Correa late on the fastball.
Yeah, that's a good sign velocity-wise for Danny that gets that pitch up to 90. We've seen him 88. Shows you that he does have a little life in it tonight.
Danny Beal on his 28th outing of the year. That's in the top 10 in the country. Gives up a blast to left. Correa corner. Nowak readjusts and makes the catch. And the runner retreats to first.
Looked like Nowak kind of lost his footing out there a little bit, but readjusted and was able to make the catch. That ball's skied there, and a little action on it. You'll see here a little bit of slip or turn, or maybe that ball just tailed back just enough to turn Nowak around, but nonetheless records a second out.
So here's Max Johnson taking a changeup for a strike. A rare tight pitcher's duel as we enter this final game of the regular season. Johnson with his third hit of the season earlier tonight. And you have to love the resolve if you're Jose Cruz Jr. Your team's literal season's on the line tonight. They're playing well.
Yeah, no, they've, especially after being run ruled in the game before, you know, they could have kind of hung it up, but they've come out and given a good effort to this point for sure.
All of a sudden, 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Lined out of play.
You know, the MO for this team coming in, being the Rice Owls, the tough ABs, and wanting to put the ball in play and apply pressure. And you know, although maybe to this point it hasn't gone exactly how they wanted in the first two games, but they have managed to string together pretty tough ABs. Really, Friday night's game, or game one, I'm sorry, they really ran Trey Savage's numbers up just by fouling off pitches.
That's a really nice stop.
Yeah, that'll put Garza in motion over there. Full count, 2 outs. Cunningham will play behind him.
Runner moving. 3-2 is whiffed, and Danny Beal with a scoreless 6th. One of the top closers in the country enters here in the 6th inning. Rice brings out its closer when we return. Final game of the regular season, mano a mano in a 1-run game. Here's what's on the line for East Carolina tonight. A win and a 5th straight regular season crown. That has never happened in the modern history of the American Athletic Conference. A loss, and it opens the door for UTSA to win a league title in its first year. in the conference. Right now, the one-run game here in the 6th. As some players apply new contact lenses, some players lock into the box as Luke Nowak checks in after robbing a home run earlier today. Cliff Godwin imploring this fan base to bring his team back. And a good slider there from the closer, Davian Hickson. Slow chopper to second, and that time Gallo's all over.
Yeah, Nowak just trying to use that speed, kind of beats up on the ground, but hits it right to the second baseman, and Gallo no problem with that opportunity.
And with how efficient Hickson's been tonight, he certainly has the ability to go the distance.
Yeah, I think so.
Through 5 innings against Charlotte in a series, a big win. And now a strike in there to Barini.
And there's a 94.
Easy 94 from Davian Hickson. That one's pop foul. Braden Sanders of Memphis leads the conference with 9 saves, but he will not be a part of the conference tournament. Memphis has been eliminated. And that 8th spot's on the line. Rice and or FAU and or USF. 2 of the 3 will make it. A little 95 there.
That one with a little action on it too. The 94 before it looked a little flat, but that had a nice little arm side bite.
Now the 1-2. Off the hands of Barini. Rydell deep in the hole. And a good response from the Rice shortstop.
Yeah, he's super sure-handed out there. We obviously, we talked about it a lot, but he had the one error earlier and kind of a surprise. He's just been so steady out there. And kind of what they said, their folks coming into this, that may not be the rangiest guy in the world, but if you hit it near him, he's got a better than good chance of getting you out.
So Cliff Godwin breaking up the rhythm here of Davian Hickson. One of the few elements of baseball you could still mix in with the pitch clock and the timing of the game.
Well, not to mention buying Danny Bill a little time to catch his breath over there and extend this offensive side of the inning.
Riley Johnson has reached base twice today. He's a closer, and Davian Hickson, pardon me, Mike, who's gone 4 scoreless against Stanford this year. He shut down TCU. He shut down Houston. He's had some really good outings. Notre Dame, 4 innings scoreless.
He seems to have kind of settled in a little bit here, not that he's been bad at any point in his outing, but really dotting up that fastball.
And then mixes in the breaker.
And he comes back with that. That's pretty good. And his body language he's just he's truly emotionless, and the only emotion we've seen, he got missed on a pitch he thought he should have gotten, and expressed a little distaste, but other than that, he just goes about his business.
Now the 2-2. Johnson fights one to left, and this man is a multi-hit machine.
Let's talk about this for a second. If you saw where that pitch was, that pitch is down in the zone. I mean, it looks like it could have just about bounced, and he just golfs it out in the left field like there's nothing to it.
Riley Johnson with his 18th multi-hit game of the year.
I mean, he really does. He just makes it look easy. That was a 94-mile-an-hour pitch that he just picked up off the ground and flipped into left field.
Carter Cunningham up with 2 outs. The amount of out-of-the-zone base hits for Riley Johnson this year. It's no Vlad Guerrero, but very similar quality. Cunningham with his 59 RBI slots in. Watches a strike. David Hickson in a jam here in the 6th. You couldn't tell by his pitch location. Rydell knocks it down, and everyone's safe. An infield single.
Yeah, Rydell does everything he can to make that play, lays out, keeps it on the infield. Clearly, Riley Johnson would have made it to third base, but I don't think this is a play that you could say that Rydell should have made. Kind of an in-between. You'd like to see him make it, but pretty good effort there to keep it on the infield.
So here comes Ryan McChrystal, who is 0 for 3 in this game. Has 3 hits on the weekend. East Carolina has threatened almost every inning. 7 runners left on. Off the hands and foul.
Tell you what, these fans have certainly got behind it, realizing the magnitude of the moment and an opportunity to get to the Rice Owl closer. And just how good this offense has been all year with 2 outs.
Now the 0-1. The Pirates have scored a combined 10 runs with 2 outs in this series. And now the pitching coach, Parker Bangs, makes his way out. Bringing this Pirate crowd a little more alive. And you can tell David Hickson wants none of leaving this game.
Yeah, and I think this is an effort to, this is a change the momentum, kind of like you alluded to with Coach Godwin in his conference with Riley Johnson down there before he took his at bat. But this is clearly a, hey, let's slow this thing down a little bit, regroup, and try to slow down this Pirate offense. You know, we saw Duke a few weeks back do a really good job of that. Every time the crowd got behind the Pirates, the Duke staff would make a trip, or somebody would make a trip, and it would kind of quiet things down. So pretty good tactic there, you know, and this is such a game of momentum shifts, baseball is. So.
Big 1-1 pitch to McChrystal. Lined base hit. The speed of Riley Johnson hustles home, and we're tied.
Another 2-out run for this Pirate offense. Great job there by Ryan McChrystal. Good at bat and took advantage of a pitch he could drive. And now we're going to check the bat.
Check the bat, interesting.
I saw Cruz come out of the dugout and was asking for something, and the manager, one of the staff members, came to the plate and picked the bat up, and that brought Coach Cruz back out. They're going to take a look at the bat.
We're checking the amount of tar on the bat.
I think they're making sure it's stamped properly. And
okay, looks like everything's good. Now Cliff Godwin gets the explanation.
Yeah, he's going to want to know. I think, again, they're looking at the stamps, and these bats are checked. Blake Hardigree, the director of baseball operations here for East Carolina, and then some staff from Rice, or the opposing team, they get together and check these bats. They set a table up by the dugout, and they run a ring over them and make sure they're properly stamped. And so I don't know how Coach Cruz would have thought they would have snuck one in, but maybe a little gamesmanship there more than anything.
Goes to show how much this game matters for both programs. Rice playing for its tournament life, Pirates playing for a season title. Here's Jacob Starling out in front of the slider.
Well, I'm a big fan of the saying, don't poke the bear. We had this conversation last night, and that might be, again, the poke that puts this Pirate offense into an absolute frenzy, especially with this fan base getting behind them.
Here's the 0-1.
I can promise you this, if Jacob Starling gets a hit or finds a way on here, this place will go nuts.
1 win away from a regular season title. The Pirates have tied it here in the 6th. And it's in the hands of senior Jacob Starling, who rockets one off the leg of Hickson. Everyone's safe on the infield single. They'll check the baseball as the hottest hitter in the country, Jacob Jenkins Coward, comes up.
As predicted, this Pirate faithful here at Clark O'Clair showing their appreciation and excitement for what's going on. And again, just the more amazing part of all this is what this team continues to do with 2 outs. See here, just nothing crazy, just a ball hit hard up the middle. I'm surprised there was not a conversation about interference right here as McChrystal runs across the face of the third baseman here.
And now Hickson really feeling the worst of that ground ball off his leg. Nicky Carvino, the AT, comes out. And some serious pain.
Yeah, he's certainly hurting.
Sometimes the adrenaline only takes you so far, and you really feel the after effects of that. As you know, Hickson doesn't want to come out of this game.
Let's see if he can walk it off and stay in the game. Got a right-hander up tossing down in the owl pin.
Just got to throw a couple warm-up tosses here.
You know, if he does leave this game due to this injury, obviously the incoming pitcher will get all the time that he needs to get loose on the mound.
Yeah, that reaction tells the story right there. He is pitching through some pain. Looks like he's okay. Or at this point, good enough to go. We had Tyler Hamilton warming up in the pen, the Texas Tech transfer. Okay. Sticking with the closer here in the 6th.
You know, I was kind of talking about Hickson's energy and the vibe he gives off a little bit ago. And sometimes I know that ball caught him on the ankle, but it's a little flair for the dramatic there. You know, we'll see what he does as he tries to pitch his way out of this bases loaded 2-out jam.
Elite closer versus AAC RBI leader Jacob Jenkins Coward, who's knocked in 9 on the series. Hickson's first pitch. Misses.
We're going back to the honey hole with JC trying to get him out down and in. We have seen that arm side run that Hickson has shown. If JC gets a fastball that runs back to the plate, I would expect some damage.
McChrystal tied it in this inning. Now the 1-0. Misses down.
Needless to say, nowhere to put him.
East Carolina with a win secures its 5th straight regular season title.
And Hickson just looked in the dugout. I don't know if he was something with the pitch call or okay, he's back at it.
What a crucial 2-0 pitch.
Maybe a cookie here.
Back up the middle, base hits. Jacob Jenkins Cowart has done it all. 11 RBI in the series. And he moves to 2nd on the overthrow.
Yeah, Hickson just kind of hung a breaking ball, kind of as he was throwing it. It could be a cookie, a 2-0 pitch to make sure you don't fall to 3-0 with nowhere to put the hitter. But Jenkins Cowart just isn't the guy that you want to do that to. You know, you serve one up and he's going to hit it hard like you saw right there. You'll see it here, breaking ball just right in the heart of the plate. And I don't think he necessarily gets all of it, but he smokes that ball back through the box and enough to score a couple runs. Then over on the missed throw, you'll see the ball gets away in the effort to get him at the plate, and that'll allow the runners to advance 2 more into score possession.
It's a 3-run inning, all with 2 outs. That's been the story for the Pirates this weekend. And here's Dixon Williams. Slow chopper. Good snag by Rank, and that ends it. So Jacob Jenkins Coward continues to swing the bat well. His number 13 ranked Pirates retake the lead. Here's what's going on in the American tonight. UTSA, a 2-0 lead. They're looking for an East Carolina result tonight. And Wichita State, who's in the tournament. Memphis now eliminated. That UTSA FAU game, a lot of implications for both these programs, Rice and East Carolina. And South Florida with the win. If the win tomorrow and a Rice loss tonight, USF is in the tournament. So plenty to play for in this final 2 days of the season. Danny Beal back out now with a 2-run lead here in the 7th. And a first pitch swing and a miss from Kite McDonald, the top of this Rice order. What a monumental 2-out rally. The McChrystal base hit, the Jenkins Cowart single. And then McChrystal takes the worst of that one.
Yeah, all started with the conference with Riley Johnson after 2 quick outs, and he does what Riley Johnson does and finds a way to get on base, and the rest is history.
Danny Beal in his AAC leading 28th appearance. This is outside. It's a short staff bullpen as is. Ethan Norby threw yesterday. This is game 2 of a doubleheader. Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman remains out. The nation's leader in ERA coming in. But Beal's doing the job just fine. 1 out in the 7th.
Yeah, one thing you certainly don't expect is that this Rice Owl lineup is going to go away quietly. But Danny Beal to this point has been really good.
That is a lightsaber pitch. Ben Dukes' turn. A prolific hitter, great story, a guy who continues to grind his way. 2 more hits, 15th multi-hit game in a Rice uniform this year.
The tough out embodied.
Here's what's going on across the league, because both these teams need quality results. FAU has just put a run on the board. So it's 2-1 with that RBI base hit. If you're Rice, you need an FAU win. If you're East Carolina, that would be the same. And a swing and a miss, so 2 gone by.
Dukes chased upstairs. Good fastball by Danny Beal.
Danny Beal has now struck out 3 in a row.
See, just one of those you can't quite lay off. I mean, everybody talks about it's ever played the game, that high fastballs. It just has hit me written all over it, but you can't quite get to it.
Trayton Rank, he was aggressive early. Rice scored those 4 runs in the second, but give a lot of credit here to Chris Kaler, who bridged the gap, and then Danny Beal has been scoreless since. Now the 0-1. Roped foul.
Yeah, but kind of interesting. I've heard through the night from a group of former players that are watching the game at different places, and some of those guys were referenced in the slide with, you know, guys, Neil Sears and Glenn Tucker, guys that were big bullpen arms, and they can appreciate what Danny Beal is doing here tonight.
He's 1 pitch away from 2 scoreless innings. And a Pirate bullpen that has a sub 3.5 ERA. They've been really good on this back end. Danny Beal working ahead on 0-2. Nice battle with Trayton Rank fighting that one off. Already with 2 hits today.
I'm going to bet he gets the frisbee here. I'm going to bet he throws that slider from the down slot.
Here's Beal's 0-2. Punch to right. Jenkins Coward hits the brakes, and it's fouled. And a souvenir for the Rice bullpen. There's a playoff intensity this game tonight.
Well, there's again tons of things at stake here, so you would expect anything else out of these 2 clubs.
A Rice win and the guaranteed spot in the conference tournament, an ECU win, and an outright regular season title. Three straight foul balls from Trayton Rank here with 2 strikes. Fouled again.
Tell you what, old Paler's taking a beating back there. He's had several foul balls.
This has been 18 innings of grinded out baseball today. Here's the look.
It started in the first when home plate umpire Paler took the bounce foul tip, and it's kind of been a theme for the game for him.
Another 0-2. This time the punch out. 3 Ks for Danny Beal and a perfect 7th. Let's stretch here in Greenville. East Carolina 2 innings away from a 5th straight regular season title. Get your split box because these games have implications all over the place. The FAU Owls have tied it in the 8th. An FAU win and they guarantee a spot in the tournament. A Rice win and they guarantee a spot. UTSA needs a win and East Carolina lost. There's a lot cooking here in both these games tonight. But right now it's the Pirates up 2 with a regular season crown in position. So closer Davian Hickson goes back to work. And at the same time that FAU looks to regain the lead over UTSA.
On that last pitch, I found myself watching the wrong screen here and interested in what's going on there.
FAU was run ruled last night. That would be an incredible turnaround as home plate umpire calls time. Okay, we had a loose ball in the field in the outfield. The Jungle's partying a little early tonight.
They may maybe getting the bullpen up out there too.
All arms available. Here's the 1-1 from Hickson. Davian Hickson is battling through an injured ankle. He got a line drive off his foot. Gave up the 3 runs, but now looking to keep Rice in this game. And what a resilient 2-out offense from East Carolina tonight. As Wilcoxon evens the count. Here's pitch 47 from the all-AAC caliber closer. Called strike 3 and a first out in the 7th.
Snuck that one right by Wilcoxon, kind of froze him up. No argument at all. He knew it was a strike as soon as it crossed the plate. You'll see. Normally that's one that Wilcoxon pulls the trigger on pretty aggressively, but I think he's looking down and away and gets up and in, and good pitch there.
Rice has never been swept by East Carolina. These teams have met 37 times in their history. But the Pirates with a comeback lead, scoring 3 in the 6th. And here's Luke Nowak taking the ball. Luke has been a busy camper defensively, robbing a home run earlier in this game. The 1-1 nibbles for a strike.
You know, a couple of insurance runs for the Pirates would be just what the doctor ordered.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging and 2 strikeouts for Hickson.
Yeah, there's that 95, and I mean, it's a lively 95. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing more of it. As of late, when he's thrown it, he's had pretty good success. That top of the zone 95 with life, I mean, that's it's going to be hard to catch up to.
Here's the 9-hole hitter, Joey Barini. One of 4 seniors in Cliff Godwin's starting lineup tonight. And Barini pops one out of play.
One thing that this Rice House team will definitely take away from this weekend in Greenville is that this Pirate offense does not go quietly.
Came in top 20 in batting average, top 25 in scoring. And they have pounded the baseball. 8 runs in game 1, 15 earlier today, and now a 6th spot. Hickson spikes one in the dirt.
And all of a sudden, just as quickly as he seemed to have found it, he's kind of gotten away from him. And these are the kind of things that extend again and create extra opportunities. And time again, we've seen this Pirate offense take advantage of it, not just this weekend, but all year. So he needs to be careful here with Joey Barini.
Dixon on 2-1. That stays fair, and Trayton Rank ends the inning. Let's go to the 8th here in Greenville. East Carolina up 2, 6 outs away from a conference title.
We call it drive. The unrelenting desire to become the person you were born to be. Ignited by a moment. The realization that a future you could only dream of is within reach. At East Carolina University, you won't just imagine a path. You'll forge one through hard work and the success that comes without surrender. The journey that leads to your future. And this is where it begins.
Welcome back to Greenville as we close out the regular season for these two teams. Top 8 programs make it, so USF and Rice in quite a battle. Remember, Rice won the regular season series over USF, so the tie-breaking advantage. And FAU in a battle with UTSA right now. It's starting to become a clearer picture, Mike, but seeds 6, 7, and 8 are still well up for grabs.
Yeah, one less blue box, so they are dwindling. The opportunities are disappearing for these teams fighting to get in from the back end of the pack.
1 versus 8, 2, 7. You fill out the rest of your bracket starting Tuesday down in Clearwater, Florida. And given the way the last 5 years we've had 4 different programs win postseason titles, it is all up for grabs next week. Danny Beal goes to work here in the 8th against Jack Radell, and he'll pop one up. Dixon Williams gives an honorable run. So does the left fielder, who overslides it. Nowak can't secure it.
Yeah, just overran that one just a little bit. I thought we were going to have a possible web gem there. Again, another one he ran a long ways to get to, but just overruns it just a little bit. And ends up kind of sliding past it.
So instead, the at-bat continues for the home run leader in the AAC. Another pop-up. Redemption. Luke's got plenty of room. Hold on a second. And that time he's got it. Having a little bit of trouble in left tonight, but makes the catch.
Yeah, if you look out there at the flagpole again, it's blowing out pretty good to kind of right center, and this ball's hit a mile high. Nowak does a good job of coming in and making the adjustment, and
he's got some quick feet.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but as long as you catch it.
So there's the first out. Beal has retired all but one that he's faced, and this one's fought off. Something tells me Danny Beal's not coming out of this game unless he has to.
Yeah, no question.
Through 6 1/3 as part of a 3-outing performance. So he threw 9 innings in a 3-game stretch against Tulane last week.
Dealing with the hottest hitter that Rice has at the moment in Pierce Gallo, and nothing to show for it today or in this second game. But
Gallo tests the defense, and there's 2 outs in the 8th. How do you manufacture offense here if you're Rice?
Yeah, Danny Beal's he's got it going right this second.
a Rice team with a loss would have to wait till tomorrow and see the result of of USF and UAB. Which also means with Rice flying down to Florida from Raleigh, you would essentially wait in a hotel all day tomorrow, which is a very stressful couple hours.
It's a long day.
Guess you head to the movie theater to get distracted.
Do something right.
Check Twitter.
Jacob DeVinny, we've seen him in the series, comes in as a pinch hitter here.
DeVinny, a 270 hitter, and he'll take a strike. Prosper, Texas product. Better splits against left-handed pitchers than right-handed pitchers, but he comes in this spot. That ball sneaks away. The Rice program has played such great baseball here in the month of May. 2 series wins, including FAU, to put them in this spot, but need a win today to guarantee a postseason berth.
Speaking of postseason bursts, I want to give a little love to the ECU club baseball team, #1 team in the country, heading into the World Series. And big trip coming up for them up to Illinois to play in the World Series, open up with Florida State. And they're out.
As DeVinny rockets a base hit to center. Such a cool moment, though, for traditional students playing club ball. And East Carolina, a very good club baseball program.
Yeah, they're working hard at it and trying to raise some money and do different things to help put their trip together. You can follow their story on all their social media, ECU Club Baseball. But a special group of folks there, and congratulations to them on continued success. Coach Ben Fox, and man, that they have had a powerhouse program for a number of years.
That World Series up in Illinois that begins this week. Back to this one, 2 outs for Manny Garza. And he goes first pitch hunting into the shift. Starling the dive.
Wow.
Off the glove of Cunningham. And heading to third is the pitch hitter, DeVinny.
Great effort there. And if that ball's picked over at first, just kind of spins away from Cunningham. But see here, great effort. Lays out and gets it there in time, but a little bit of a short hop and just kind of gets away from Cunningham over at first base.
So 2 on for Rice. Go ahead, run at the plate. This is Eric Correa. 1 home run, 7 RBI on the year for the defensive specialist. And he's way out in front. Now Cliff Godwin calls time.
Kind of an interesting time for this. I wonder what this conversation is. Maybe some type of conversation about a first and third, or looks like it's more than that. It's kind of a little chat, maybe a reminder of all that's. I don't know. This is interesting. This is a interesting time to take it.
So he leaves Danny Beal in there.
It was something that Coach Godwin wanted conveyed so clearly that it was worth the trip. It wasn't a relay or a call in from the dugout. It was, let's make sure that we're absolutely on the same page.
Mid at bat to Eric Correa, and a pitch runner comes in. That's the speed of Motley, who started a couple games at third base today. Tobias Motley. He'd be the tying run. Motley, the in-city Houston product. Here's the 0-1 to Eric Correa. And he takes strike 2. Danny Beal on 0-2. Gets the strikeout. 6 Ks for the East Carolina senior. His Pirates 1 inning away from a regular season title as Rice strands 2. Here's the game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats. Davian Hickson's been really good out of the pen, but 1 inning of a blemish. 3 runs, 6th. Carter Cunningham and Jacob Jenkins-Cowart doing the damage. Danny Beal, meanwhile, preserving the 2-run lead, and now we begin the bottom of the 8th. Final game of the season for both these programs. Rice needs a win to keep its hopes alive. East Carolina, a conference title on the line tonight. And Riley Johnson makes his way into the box.
I tell you what, the job that Chris Kaler did giving way to Danny Beal in this, middle to late part of this game, the job both of them have done has been nothing short of impressive.
So Riley Johnson, who's been on 3 different times tonight, the do-it-all super utility player for East Carolina. Whacks one foul. This championship run for ECU began in 2019 in the regular season. Davian Hickson here on 0-2.
Whoa. 93 that just got away from him. Tell you what, Baylor's picked some very interesting times to decide to do a little housekeeping. This is the 2nd or 3rd time tonight that it's, I don't know, it just seems like a really weird time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, where we're at in the game.
A little spring cleaning never hurt. So here's the 1-2. Motion's running hot here in the 16th inning of play in this doubleheader as Johnson pops one up. Correa comes in, and then Dukes calls him off.
For a split second, that looked like it had a chance to get a little interesting. Correa looked like he had a beat on it. Dukes came flying in out of nowhere. And rule of thumb is give way to the center fielder, and Correa did just that. I think he was just as surprised as anybody that Dukes was there.
And what could be his final at-bat of the regular season. Carter Cunningham, prolific night, a triple shy of the cycle. Did he go? He did not. Cunningham, one of 11 seniors honored for this Pirate program.
Getting another one of these hitters counts. Dangerous pitch for Hickson.
Hickson in his 4th inning of work works the 2-0 for a strike.
A really good pitch there.
Gave up 3 runs in the 6th, all with 2 outs. After he surrendered 5 straight 2-out hits. There's Cunningham, big swing there.
Hickson did a nice job of getting himself back in the count. With a little help from Cunningham.
Very close, full count. Bullpen's quiet for both teams. This could be Beal and Hickson's game to finish. Now the 3-2 pitch. And a walk for Cunningham.
No break here, bringing Ryan McChrystal to the plate.
Coming up on 6 hours of baseball between these two teams today.
Looks like McChrystal wore the same uni for both games.
He scored the go-ahead run a moment ago. That was back in the 6th. And his first pitch hacking. Here's pitch 69 from Davian Hickson. And he's still bringing it, 93 right there. Davian had a 10 strikeout outing against Charlotte 2 weeks ago. Highest strikeout total for a reliever in 10 years.
Something these Rice Owls like to do is shift heavily with 2 strikes.
The 0-2 pitch got him chasing, and there's 2 outs.
I mean, at times tonight, it's almost felt like the Pirates are happy to get the 2 outs. You know, they've just had so much success there, and you'll see fastball there, top of the zone, blown by McChrystal. Cliff Godwin with another one of his motivational visits with the hitter with 2 outs. It worked last time, so why not? This time it's Jacob Starling instead of Riley Johnson, but he thinks, hey, let's give that another try. That was pretty sporty last time.
Jacob Starling's turn with 2 outs. This is where the Pirates have feasted. 5 hits with 2 outs tonight. As the UTSA FAU game has gone to extra innings. Hickson's 1-0. Catches the corner. Hickson working every second of that pitch clock.
That was a pitch clock violation.
Oh, hold on, yeah, third base umpire saw it.
Yeah, I'm happy to catch the clock out of the corner of my eye. That was
an automatic ball.
Right on 0 seconds. He went to start that delivery. You know, Hickson on the mound is in no hurry to do much of anything. Kind of the saunter around the mound, and I alluded earlier to the kind of body language he exudes. He's kind of a casual guy. At least it appears from his temperament on the mound.
Now a 2-1. Oh, good fastball.
Garza's been lifted for the game for Nick Anderson behind the plate.
It's been Davian Hickson's game to finish. 4 innings of work and a battle here in the 8th. The folks in East Carolina can taste a regular season title. And their star senior Starling.
He's going to get another one. No.
The crowd right back into it here on 3-2. Runner off. Foul away.
I would say as many college games as I've watched this year, I would say Hickson's about as deliberate as anybody that I've seen the entirety of the year. I mean, there hasn't been often that the pitch clock has even come into play. I've seen a handful of violations, but for the most part, guys pitch so quickly anyway.
Runner moving. Ooh, friendly fire. The Rally Gatorade Cup?
Yeah,
question
sure.
mark?
It's the Rally Mini Megaphone. There you see Zach Root.
There's some much bigger megaphones in left field. Battle continues. 3-2. Hickson misses with the slider.
I used this term earlier, but it applies again here. Deja vu all over again. This is just what this Pirate Club does. Extend innings. Work through the at-bats, the magical conference with
Do you pitch
2 outs
to
for Cliff
Jacob
Coward?
Jenkins Coward?
Absolutely got to. Yeah.
Jacob Jenkins Coward, who is now the single season American RBI record holder, 71. Passing his former teammate from a year prior who had 69 runs batted in. So the new record holder, who by the way has a modest 11 runs batted in this series. Josh Moylan, that record previously stood for 1 year. That's a lot of purple the last 3 years driving in runs. And his at-bats seem to get better and better when the moment picks up.
You'd mentioned earlier he was probably a shoe-in for the player of the week, and he's done nothing but solidify his argument in tonight's game.
He might be catching to his own teammate for player of the year.
Yeah, you're right.
With Carter Cunningham in front of him. Davian Hickson on 2-1. That one's hit hard. And then Jenkins Coward got a piece of that himself. Here's the 2-2. Full count upcoming. 2 more hits for Jenkins Coward in this game. 11 runs batted in.
And the runners will be off again. 3-2, 2 outs.
A prolific weekend for that man right there.
Ball put in play hard here. Could be disastrous for the Rice Owls.
Here's the 3-2. Got him swinging. Hardest pitch of the night, 95. And Jenkins Coward a little slow back to the dugout. We'll head to the 9th inning. East Carolina on the verge of a regular season title. Welcome back to Greenville. The Jungle is ready to rock and roll tonight. East Carolina, 3 outs away from a regular season title. It's been a busy weekend. Pirates won the first 2 in blowout fashion. A much tighter Game 3 as the Rice Owls battle for their tournament lives in the AAC. And it comes down to this. Danny Beal returns for the 9th inning.
Yep, Jenkins Coward's cramping up. They're getting him off the field. That'll send Carter Cunningham to right field, most likely Cam Clonch into first. But after that last swing, he came up a little gimpy, and I watched him walk off, and he kind of mouthed my hamstring. So hopefully it's just cramps.
It's been that kind of season for East Carolina. Nothing according to script.
Nothing easy for sure. Well, you know, you look at the been a long day, and Jenkins Coward has certainly run multiple miles between going to right field and around the bases as many times as he's been on. So hopefully just a cramp. Hopefully just a cramp for JC.
So we begin the 9th inning. Nathan Becker will check in. He'll pitch hit and take a strike. Becker started 42 games. Very patient hitter. Team best 30 walks. And Danny Beal's been mowing down hitters, 6 punch outs. Here's a pop-up. Nowak gives chase, and that's out of play.
Yeah, deep in the Pirate pen.
There's Cunningham moving from first to right. And now the 0-2 from Danny Beal.
Crystal still working hard back there. This is the beauty of having 2 catchers like East Carolina has that are very similar. That you know, you're not hesitant to put one in, and Crystal's done a nice job back there tonight.
Here's Beal's 1-2, just off the edge. 9-1-2 here in the Rice order. The Rice team, it's won 7 of their last 10 games, and contests decided by 2 or less. Here's the 3-2. Back to short. That's Barini. Out number 1.
It's a really big out there. I mean, you look at it, if he found his way on base, then you got the tying run coming to the plate in the form of the leadoff hitter. Kite McDonald, who already has a home run on the weekend, so that's a huge out.
Kite McDonald has been on once tonight and hit 2 balls hard as UTSA has just taken the lead in extras over FAU. That game has massive implications. McDonald swings and misses.
Good opener there by Danny Bill. Get out in front of McDonald.
Rice down to its final 2 outs. Needs a win to guarantee a postseason berth, or must hope for a South Florida loss tomorrow.
Always a tough situation when your destiny lies in the hope. You know, you'd much rather control it yourself, but
Danny Beal on 0-2. Past him, Barini collects. 2 gone by.
you know what, that play looked like a routine play, but we could hear it up here. That's off the end cap, big time. That ball had some nasty spin on it as it got by Danny Bill, and you even saw it kind of run up the arm of Joey Barini. Nice job of gathering it, getting a good grip on it, and making a throw over the time to get a pretty good runner in McDonald.
And it comes down to emotional leader for the Rice Owls, center fielder Ben Dukes.
You know, right now Dukes knows the productivity of this at bat could dictate whether or not he puts on the uniform again.
Danny Beal, 3 2/3 scoreless. The Pirates regain the lead in the 6th and have held it since. Now the 1-0. Dukes into left. Noack chasing. Pirates secure it. A 5th straight regular season title. Crown East Carolina the Kings of the AAC.
What a great, incredible performance by Danny Bill, by the bullpen. I mean, the back end of the bullpen today was exceptional for the Pirates. The thing that everybody feared ended up being a strength. And you go back to the last game, and what sets this up is the incredible appearance you get by Colby Wallace out of nowhere. That saves you innings. You don't have to go to these guys, and, man, they did the job tonight.
A 40-win season for East Carolina. Nothing new under Cliff Godwin. And the championship celebration begins.
You know, when we just kind of take 40-win seasons for granted, but, I mean, it's something that just doesn't happen everywhere in the country every year, and the job that's been done here by Coach Godwin and really in the history of this program going back to Coach Gary Overton and where it's come from there, it's a really special thing to see, and, man, congratulations to the ECU Pirates.
East Carolina earns the #1 seed in next week's AAC tournament. Rice with a loss has some work to do. They need help tomorrow. First of all, thanks to everyone involved in this production crew at ESPN Plus and here at East Carolina, led by Kyle Gaskins with Mike Miles, and plenty of student workers and many others involved. But for all of us here in Greenville, a celebration begins for the East Carolina Pirates, 5-time regular season champs, and a series sweep to wrap things up. For Mike Mullis and our talented crew, I'm Evan Budrovich. The championship celebration begins. East Carolina earns a regular season crown, and this is a presentation of ESPN.